And when I grow up, I want to be the person who names the crayons. As most of us know, there are many satellites that orbit the Earth. Satellites can tell the weather, they're used for GPS communications, and mapping Earth's resources, just to name a few of their many uses. As most of modern technology has decreased in size because of people finding ways to make things smaller and smaller, so have satellites. These smaller satellites are called tiny satellites. Tiny or miniaturized satellites are what they sound like, smaller sized satellites. In general, they are under 1,000 pounds, or 1,100 pounds. But that's still pretty heavy. But they can be as small as 22 pounds, and that's really small. Or 2.2 pounds. Why are tiny satellites important? Because they cost much less to send in space than regular rockets, and you can send them piggyback on the launch vehicle. They are also much easier to mass produce, and they are cheaper than a regular satellite because they're smaller. You can also have multiple tiny satellites working together to complete a mission. Since they are so much cheaper than regular satellites, they can also be used by universities for research. Now, here are the types of tiny satellites. First is a mini satellite. These weigh between 220 pounds and 1,100 pounds. They use the same techniques as larger satellites, but are simpler and a little smaller. Microsatellites weigh from about 22 pounds to 220 pounds. Nanosatellites weigh between 2.2 to about 22 pounds. And picosatellites weigh from about 0.22 to 2.2 pounds, also called picosats. This right here is the nanosatellite. And these are called, and this is a CubeSat. I think they're kind of cute because they're in a box, but they're a type of picosat, and they're used for research, communications, and sensing the Earth. They're inexpensive enough to be used by colleges and even some high schools. Their dry mass is about 1 kilogram, and they have a volume about 10 centimeters cubed. Their shape makes it easy to launch multiple CubeSats at once. They have become the most common type of tiny satellites. This is a Peapod launcher, and the mechanism is designed to launch multiple CubeSats. Here's what I learned. There are many types of tiny satellites. Tiny satellites are a cheaper alternative to regular satellites. Some of the most common tiny satellites, or CubeSats, have a mass of around 1 kilogram. And because tiny satellites are more affordable, they can meet the needs of much more people in the future. Any questions?